Happy Payday Friday, everyone. It is time to budget the paycheck, and I'm really hoping there's something extra because I think I'm over budget this week. Let's take a look. Oh, before we do take a look, if you're new here, hello and welcome. I'm Liz. I'm ditching the debt, stacking the savings for a healthier, wealthier life. In my 40s, I've paid off about $70,000 in debt. I still have about 76, 77 more to go. And most of that, actually all of that, is federal student loans that I'm waiting to hear back on the public service loan forgiveness buyback program. And given the government just having the shutdown and now things are starting to move, who knows what is going to happen with that. I was expecting to hear something by Halloween, and now we're 2 weeks out from that. So maybe by the end of 2025, it would be super nice to know what's going on there. All right, let's jump into the budget. Income from today's paycheck is $1,931.98, and I have $249.76 from my reselling side hustle. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. Basically, I sell anything, anywhere. All right, so this has cleared my checking account already. It's been deposited, so now it gets moved to the, it gets moved to the actual numbers column. However, even though we're halfway through the month, this is the first paycheck of November. There are only 4 paychecks left, and wow, holy cow, here we are. Let me adjust this. So $1,931 and then $249 for my reselling side hustle income. Standard bills, I'm going to go ahead and transfer $500 to the account with my husband. This is for mortgage bills and now investments. My union dues will come out on, I believe, Monday. And then my insurances will come out, let's see, sometime in the next week or so, less than a week from now. I have $200 that went to a credit card. $250 will be going on another credit card. I already made that transfer. It just has not cleared the account yet, so it'll sit right there. For savings out of this paycheck, I will not have my IRA come out of this paycheck. It came out of my October 31st paycheck. Nothing there. $525 will be transferred to my emergency fund. I'm really hoping that emergency fund will hit 10 grand by the end of the year. And I'm not making any other transfers here yet, and you'll see why in a second. So right here, this column is my budget by paycheck. However, once something is taken care of, I move it to the actual numbers. So you will see that I still have $1,497 in spending, transfers, etc. And I only have $1,480 left of income. That's going to create a bit of a deficit. So luckily I do have a buffer in my checking account, but I'm not going to share that exact amount with you guys. Before I do any other transfer to sinking funds, savings, whatever, we're going to take a look at spending for the month of November. I have about $3 from Diet Coke and coffees, $35 from dining out, $40 in gas, $40 in groceries. Don't worry, I spent more than that in groceries. That's just what's coming out of my own personal account. $90 for my car, $12 on health, $9 for holidays. That does not include, does that include Christmas? I do not remember. Let me see. That is holidays, not including Christmas. That includes when I was at the pumpkin patch with the family. $3 on personal and beauty, and $28 for work. Now, let me see if I need to add anything to this. All right, nothing else here that I need to take care of and track. Now I need to go back to my budget. So $1,497, let's say that I need about $1,500. And then I'm going to estimate what my buffer is. So I have about $200. I have $500 going to sinking funds, 45 to the nibbling, 45 to the 100 envelope challenge. Well, if you look at what I'm about to show you, we have some planning to think about here. This is the current balance of my credit card. Okay, $861.70. Now, on that credit card, so $861.70 is the balance on my credit card. That is my personal credit card, not my business credit card. However, I did have a few things charged to my personal account that should have gone on my business account, my side hustle account. The first thing is I purchased a new printer, labels, and inventory numbers for redoing my inventory at reselling, $73.11. I also purchased new boxes to rearrange my inventory. That was $59.35. Canva, I pay for the pro account because when I use Canva, sometimes I'm reselling what I'm creating. And when you create a product for commercial use to sell as a business, then you have to have the business account. You can't use the free account or the free educator account. I was just using stuff to make it in my classroom, then I could use the free educator account, but I do sell in TPT and other places, so I need to pay the $119.99. I also bought some stuff at an estate sale for $36. So all of that is going to be paid out of my reselling account, which means personal spending on this credit card is $573.25. So if I change this to $574 and I don't make these other two transfers, then I will be okay. $1,481, rounding it up to $1,500 still. I still will have a bit of a buffer in my checking account. So I'm not going to, well, actually I can because of that buffer. I was going to say I'm not going to send that, but since I have the buffer, I can. Let me go ahead and make a transfer right now for $574. Originally, that money was going to go to my sinking fund. And then I was going to use a lot of that for Christmas and whatever from now through the end of the year. But let's get this balance taken care of. All right, here is my confirmation. Obviously, I had to white out the account numbers and all of that, but you can see $574 November 14th, and this is going to the credit card. So the rest of that balance is going to come out of my side hustle, my business checking account, because those other expenses were all from the business. While we're here, let's just check in on some other things. Happenings in November. My nibbling's birthday is this month. It's in a couple of weeks, so I will be contributing to his savings account soon. We have Thanksgiving, I have a high school reunion, and of course, Black Friday shopping. Some other things I want to do this month, cleaning up my garden outside before it gets any colder. I got to trim back some stuff, clean up some more leaves, that kind of thing. I'm working on a new inventory system for my reselling side hustle. And then just getting ready for Christmas and enjoying the holidays with family. Over here, I think I already shared with you guys that the boiler was about $3,100. You can go back and hear that whole story, but I will say that the fix has been wonderful. Not only is the heat, does the heat seem to be improved in our house, our water pressure seems to also be improved, and it has been amazing. It'll be fun to see how long the repair works. Let's see if it can go at least 3 more years, even 5 more years. That will be amazing. We did get groceries from Sam's Club, about $120 in groceries. That leaves us about $300 in our grocery budget for the month of November. That does not take into consideration the holidays. And actually, before the holidays, my mom is coming to visit. I'm going to her house for Thanksgiving, so I don't know. It does not take into account any of that, or my husband getting stuff to take to his families for Thanksgiving. We're kind of doing a splitsies this year because I thought we would be at my family's, and he has family coming in from out of town. So I thought it would be important for him to stay home and see those people that he hasn't seen in a while. And then we spent about $20 at Sam's Club on household items. That was not a necessary purchase. However, I was looking at the orchids. I really wanted an orchid for a long time. My husband said, pick one out. I was like, yes. It was $29. When I scanned it, it scanned as $17.70. All right. Well, I got to get ready for tomorrow. It's Friday at school. I'm sure the behaviors are going to be huge. So I want to just do some planning on my restorative practices for tomorrow and just be ready to roll and get to the weekend. I also need to work on inventory of my side hustle and do some other stuff too. It's already 7:30 at night. So I will just say, see you guys in the next one. Bye.